today, and we're doing another episode of TheGamersTakes, episode 19. Today's topic we're going to be talking about. Title I have for this is let's get somewhat athletic with sports video games. Since if you think about actual sports games, it's actually like sports in real life. It's athletic, although not in this case. So we're gonna kind of talk about everything regarding sports games, not solely about Madden as what I'm playing right now, but we'll just kind of talk about it. And we have a guest today, so let him go and introduce himself.
I'm just ambrohz, man. Just a Madden player. Yeah, plays tournaments, all that sort of stuff.
Nice. So I'm just curious, do you play? Wait, I asked that question later. So the opening type of question doesn't really relate to the main topic, but it's kind of sports related. So, if you were the GM of your favorite football team at the moment, what one move would you make with the roster or slash organization today?
Uh,
First thing, tell your favorite team, and then explain.
my favorite team's the Patriots. Um, I'm also from Massachusetts, so it makes sense. I'd probably work on our offensive line, man. I'd probably do something with that. We don't, yeah, man. We just don't block well. I think that's a big part that we really suck at.
I'm gonna go with. I'm a big fan of Patriots, but I kind of don't want to do the same answer. I'm gonna go with the Lions, since I was originally from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has to be kind of the cornerback play. I think just the defense regarding the secondary.
Of the
Um,
Lions?
yeah,
Okay.
because they're allowing too many yards for there. I think I can't really blame the offense at the moment for screwing it up, like having all the problems associated with it. I think the
Mm-hmm.
big problem is if you can really defend well, because you have guys getting 400, 300, 400 yards, and you can allow them for the air. So that has to be a big improvement overall. And if that doesn't really happen, then it could. I think I don't know if they're gonna. Like, what player would you kind of want to have in your team for that offensive line position if like you need that fix?
If I had to pick someone up, I'd probably say Trent Williams, the left tackle from the Redskins, man. There's a lot of talk about him coming to us, but Isaiah Wynn, our regular left tackle, should be back next week.
Oh, he's a guard. That's okay.
One
Um,
more time.
I thought he was a guard, like more of a guard, but
Isaiah Wynn or
I guess they put him.
Trent Williams?
Is yeah, when.
Isaiah Wynn is a left tackle.
Oh, I don't.
Newhouse
It's
is
kind of.
his replacement.
Oh, okay.
Joe Thuney and
Um,
Shaq Mason are our guards.
nice. Um, I'm just curious. Actually, I'm gonna go with. I don't. I don't really know. Like, it'd be nice to have Stephon Gilmore. Like, it doesn't have to be a player's available right now, but like imagine we had like a Stephon Gilmore as like kind of a like right alongside Darius Slay. That could be pretty impressive.
That'd be a really good duo.
Yeah, that'll be nice. So, first question out for you as we get into the topic: did you used to play sports in the past, or do you still play today? Like, do you
I
still
don't
play
play now,
sports
but I
today?
used to play. I used to play football. I did linebacker, safety, and running back.
What caused you kind of to quit or like stop playing?
I mean, shitty coaches, man. When you don't have the right coaches, it just doesn't make the game fun. It's especially when they favorite specific players, and that's not what a real coach does. They shouldn't do that. Kind of just ruins the game for you. So
When did you quit? Like the age,
I was probably about 16,
like or a time?
about
Oh, so you're
16.
in high school.
Yep.
Um, I used to play fo- I used to play a lot of rec basketball back in like middle school. Then
Mhm.
I kind of stopped like like after eighth grade, like after the eighth grade season. Then I went to football for 1 year. Did not like it.
Hmm.
Because I was 5'6", 160, like 150, and I was like, oh crap. And I didn't really understand how to tackle. I don't think I even had to tackle the whole season. I didn't really play that much the whole season either, so it was not
Uh,
really fun.
Tackling is it seems really easy, but at the same time, it's really hard. I won't lie. Uh, yeah, it's not an easy thing to learn. Takes time. I think that's what
Yeah, I
people don't
usually got.
realize.
Yeah, I probably screwed up my junior varsity team because like everybody was like, well, because the coaches keep telling me, can you tackle? Like, come on, try do this, and there's like stalling time. Nobody's watching. It's like, oh my god, why the fuck is he? Why is he messing up so much? Come on, man, don't act like an idiot.
Hmm.
So that's kind of why. Um,
Yeah.
so next question I have for you is, could it be discouraging to play sports video games, especially with how easy access you have to do it in real life on like shooting video games? Like, you know, you can go get a football or basketball in real life
Uh huh.
and, play, you know, play with your friends and buddies. Unlike shooting games where, it's you gotta go to shooting range or you can't realistically do it in real life.
Well, I mean, technically, you can do it in real life. Um, it just depends on where you are, because I know if you're near other houses, you have to at least be 500 yards out from any residence. Uh, so um, I see what you're saying, and I agree, but it really depends on where you are, man. I mean, if you're on a ranch, you can literally just go out and do whatever. Farm, just technically a ranch. Like I said, just do whatever. But I would agree. It's a lot harder than going and picking up a baseball, football, soccer ball, basketball, shit like that.
But like, so do you just kind of find it like when you play, when you play Madden or 2K, do you feel like you want to actually do it in real life instead of like, or do you just like don't care about it?
No. Uh, well, yes and no. Uh, just really depends, man. Depends on the day. Other than that, I'd have to lean more towards no. Some days, yeah, but yeah, I'll have to stick with no.
Is it just kind of like, okay, whatever, do it, just do it, feel like doing it. It's not gonna really matter, it's
Pretty
just.
much. I mean,
w-
if a couple buddies asked me to go play, yeah, I probably would. But playing the game doesn't make me want to just go out and play. Uh,
Okay. Just kind of curious on that because some people just don't want don't maybe want to prefer actually doing it just instead of like virtually doing it, like virtually
mm,
playing football. But again, I think it's harder because when you play Madden, it's a lot of times 11v11.
mm,
2K, it's not like a lot of times free and free. You don't have that. Again, so a lot of basketball players, they play by themselves or like with two, like football, it's like two, it's just kind of catch all the time, so it doesn't really motivate you. Unlike here where you're playing again like more realistic,
mm.
like
No, I agree.
like what the NFL does, like more heavy base teams. But if you like just like don't have too many friends, or maybe it's just busy, like busy day, you don't know what the rest of your buddies are doing, it's not synchronized activity, it's gonna be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Next question after you is what got you into playing Madden every year? Do you play other sports-based games consistently?
I only play Madden. Uh, to be honest, uh, yeah, I mean, I really only play Madden, man. I mean, it's a fun game to me. Um, Me and my buddy are, well, we were a top five duo last year. So I mean, just being able to, I don't know, man. It's just a, it's It's kind of like a chess game if you want to break it down like that. If you think about it, uh, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
What makes me want to play it is just a strategic game, man. Yeah, you make a bad read, you can really pay for it. Uh, I don't know, man. It's just a fun game, you know.
Um, have you tried playing other different sports games? Like, have you tried to play, or you just have you tried playing like other sports games in the past, or do you just like not even
I
just still
used to
play?
play 2K. I used to play MLB, but 2K recently has not been good. And you can no longer play MLB unless you have a PS4. So that kind of took those out of the, you know what I mean? Took them out of the talk of me playing them. So,
Um, I don't know. Again, I don't probably go on. You got a different opinion because you play a lot of Madden, and I just kind of really don't. It would be nice to play this game consistently because again, there's a lot of strategy in it. But I don't know. I just kind of get too bored, and there's like other games I can play. But
I mean, then
maybe if
again,
I like,
I
it's
don't
fun with
think
friends.
I don't think Madden
Like, what's
17 had mud squads. I don't think it did.
well, just I don't know. I got this game for Christmas, so again, it was
Hmm.
something that you know it was fun to play for like because it's kind of learning a lot, learning about football, which is nice. But I don't know,
Oh
there's
yeah.
just too many other video games at a time that kind of really topple Madden. Although again, it's pretty much realistic in some
Hmm.
cases.
I
It's
agree.
really on top, but again, it's just something that really there's other games at the time. Madden was the only game, like, just say all the other video games kind of blow out. There's no shooting games. Maybe I'll try out Madden or something like that.
Hmm.
So next question, we'll kind of be switching off Madden for a little bit, and we'll kind of talk about other sports games. So in a game like NBA 2K, do you think the VC system? So this is like, I'll explain the VC system. Is an unfair way on improving your talent overall without putting in the effort. So VC system is kind
Is
of
buying
like
coins like what Madden? Yeah. Uh, I
like
think all
buying
sport games
coins
are.
for characters up there.
I think all sport games are pay to play. That's my. That's just my judgment, and I'll continue to say that. Uh, you can literally be the. Excuse my language, but you can be the shittiest kid at a sport game and buy the best players, and you'll be good. So,
Um, I was not the
yeah.
biggest fan of like I think kind of especially at the start of a game like every 2K every year. Um, it's really common for a lot of these players to buy VC.
Hmm.
Especially there's glitches among them. Noticeably in 2K 19, I did it. You can do VC glitches, get enough coins, and boom, you have a character. But again, it's hard. I think people kind of know what is expected. There's not a lot of new things you have to learn a lot of times in
Hmm.
2K,
Hmm.
especially over and over and over and over again. It's like some of the Madden. It's just you probably got a lot of the same playbooks, same like if you read defenses, offenses, all that. It's kind of similar in that case. Um, but I think
Hmm.
just kind of having that player advantage against someone who doesn't have money is just kind of unfair. I think it's just kind of better if you work for it. Like it's like development of players. It's nice to kind of.
It's nice to
I'll
earn your
explain this in
players.
like a baseball perspective. Yeah, I'll explain this in like a baseball perspective. Don't take steroids to hit. So it's like Barry Bonds taking steroids to hit better, and there's not a player who's working on his hitting. Like Barry Bonds to hit home runs more efficiently, but someone like just say Mike Trout working on his hit his hitting persistently um to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. So hopefully, I don't know if they're ever, you think they're ever gonna remove some of those systems?
Uh, nope. I'll have to say no, because that's their way of earning money. So, um, and if when you said system, I believe you're still talking about the VC and stuff like that.
Or any kind of system like that where you have the pay to win. Is there something like that in
No,
Madden?
there is. It's just coins. That's what they call it. But no, I don't think they'll take it away, man, because that's their way of earning the money. You know what I mean? People put money into the game.
So what does the coins do? Like in Madden?
I mean, your virtual coins on 2K is just our coins in Madden. Except you guys call it VC.
So you just approve your team?
Yeah.
So like, what do you? So it's just kind of approving every player of your team, like especially for Madden Ultimate Team.
Yep.
I was just curious. That kind of makes sense right there.
Yeah.
Next question after you is going back. Do you think people don't play sports games besides when the games like game launches
Come out.
game launches like play consistently
So
throughout the whole year because of repetitiveness?
I
Or is
think
it
a lot
another
of people
factor?
play. I don't know, man. I mean, it just depends on who the person is. If yeah,
So
man.
what could be a cause of like that happening where it stops after 2 3 months where a lot of like besides the hardcore Madden or 2K population they
it
switch to other games?
it could just get repetitive, man. Because I mean, it could just get boring. I mean, if they go from sport games to shooter games, I mean, think about it. Shooter games are always updating. Sport games really aren't. So you're just playing the same thing for a long time. You do the same thing. You click A, B, X, Y, or RB to throw. The same thing. Uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, could really just get boring, man.
Could there be other factors included into it?
It could be.
Like
Uh,
why?
do I
Like if you noticed
know?
any?
I think they would have to go back to the pay-to-play thing then. You think everyone's on the same start, but kids dump it like $1,000 into the game right away, and their team is just juiced up, man. It's overpowered. It makes it not fun. So, because you could have people say, let's say I put money into the game, and I play against you, who doesn't put money in the game. I have a stacked team, you don't. It's not going to be fun for you because you're playing against a kid that just dumped his whole life savings into a freaking video game. So,
So, could there be like skill based matchmaking where it matters on like that, so you don't get like just say like a horrible person who just started the first day plays against an experienced one, like
say that
off the
again.
rip. So
Repeat that
just say
question.
like someone who barely like just got this game like just okay, we'll say okay, man start cycle starts in August. You
Yeah.
you have
Are
some
you
like just say
are
someone
you
like
asking?
you start in August and another person starts in December. It's their
Mm-hmm.
first time ever like first time playing Madden this year, and then they're versing you as their first game on online 1v1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you think there needs to be like a skill based matchmaking? Is that like present in this game?
Uh, it asks you in the beginning. I don't think it follows through the mutt, but it asks you if you're a beginner, expert, or whatever. It asks you if you know a lot about the game, or if you don't, and it'll start you off on a certain difficulty. Rookie, pro, all pro, or all Madden. Uh, I don't think they'll ever add a skill-based matchmaking. To be honest with you, I think they try to throw it as they do, but they really don't. Because because there are certain divisions you can get in, uh, like amateur, rookie, pro, all-star, MVP, legend, shit like that. But I've been in all-star and MVP, and I've played the no offense, really kids that don't understand the game. So uh, just yeah, I it'd be nice if they added matchmaking or whatever, skill-based matchmaking. It'd be nice. I think it'd make the game way more fun.
Do you think that happens situation later onto those games because of the lack of population, like the low population of players playing Madden, to where you can have decent balances,
Hmm. Yeah,
unlike like kind of like the first couple months.
yeah. Hmm.
Well, I think it'll be interesting to have. I think 2K doesn't really 2K, you can actually just look at the ratings and that's kind of how you determine if you played it. But again, a lot of times it sucks to be like you start as like the highest you can get is a 99, which you have to kind of grind a lot.
Hmm.
Um, but like you start as a 60, and if you don't have the money, you can't even play on the park unless you're playing 2v2s against some crappy people. And it's hard to find like a couple crappy like 70s or low 80s um to find into the population
Uh-huh.
that early or that late. So it's a lot like people don't want, people want to play the main game, but they don't want to grind like the single player stuff that takes for like 5 days to get through just to play park with like just normal 80s or 90s.
Hmm.
So
I mean,
I think that
I'm not gonna lie. I really don't know much about 2K.
oh, it's okay. I was trying to do that 2K part for you. So I think just kind of the bound, like again with that VC, like the VC or the coin system. That's the big difference. Just kind of where it's it doesn't really. It's just a
Hmm.
cheat guide. So next question I have for you is how could you improve sports games like Madden or NBA 2K every single year for experienced players? So like the die-hard fans who have been playing for a multitude of years. I would just say like five or more. Just go for that. How could you try to improve it in regards
I
to your Madden?
I think that goes back to what we just said. Add skill-based matchmaking. Uh, I, I, I think skill-based matchmaking would really help the game. That's my personal opinion. I'll stick with that, and I think I'll only stick with that. To be honest with you.
It's nothing really else you kind of notice. Like especially no other weaknesses you kind of notice in
Uh,
Madden 20.
quicker
That you
updates, quicker, yeah, just quicker updates, skill-based matchmaking. New game modes. They should bring back the combine thing that they had in older Maddens. I feel like that would really bring back a lot of people. So
uh,
if that make, if that makes sense to you,
yeah, I think it is.
I mean,
Just kind of 2K representative. I'm just gonna say people have complained they want the old park system back, kind of like NBA 2K17. That's kind of what they mentioned. Um, I think one thing in 2K needs to do is like get rid of the VC system, and I know they're not gonna do it, but it's you promised that too. It's kind of be nice to remove the coin system so it's a lot more fair, but I think removing that would kind of just create more balance overall, and
mhm.
also just kind of have more people grind. They're not gonna like it because they know how many years they've done it, but I think it will help the newer population not waste 50 to $60 on a game just so they can not have the opportunity to play um multiplayer, or just kind of improve the rate to get your stuff out.
Mhm.
Next question I have for you is you mentioned baseball earlier with the NBA MLB only being on PS4. Um, is there any way we can see a baseball-based video game become a popular sports game again, and why did it decline in the first place? Or why has it have been popular?
It's pretty self-explanatory, man. I mean, it's only on PS4. Uh, I th- yeah, I don't think kids are gonna go out of their way to buy a PS4 just to play baseball, man.
Or
It's
just what's
it's
like, oh, I was trying
that's
to think about it. Do you think it's kind of boring? Like, because do you think baseball is kind of a boring sport? So
I.
it's not like action packed. So maybe
What is
that's the
it?
reason why no one's buying baseball game.
I don't think the game is boring. Like the video game. Uh, but the actual sport, hell yeah. I think it's a really boring sport to watch. Um, but I think it's a really fun game to watch if you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I mean, I think it would really rise above, or like the ratings I think would really rise if it came back to Xbox. But I just don't see that happening. So I think it'll continue to drop.
I think one thing about baseball games kind of lack is they don't have too many modes. Like too many. You know how Madden and 2K have multiple modes you can play.
Well, Madden don't have a lot of
Um.
modes either, man.
Well.
Madden only has
Well.
Exhibition, which is Play Now, Ultimate Team, Franchise. Uh, they added QB Franchise, which you start off in college, which is new this year, and they added a new game mode called Superstar Knockout, which is actually doing really well. So,
Well, it's a decent amount more modes than yeah, it's like that's a decent amount more modes than like what
mm,
you think a baseball game has. Mostly it's just kind of
in
regular
baseball,
baseball. You go for 9 inning. Yeah, it's baseball 9 innings, and you do home run derby. Like I don't know how you can try. I think with that lack of like creative modes you can play, that like maybe you can try to include more. But I think it's gonna be really hard to do it,
I mean, baseball
especially a game
has
that's
Exhibition, Franchise, Home Run Derby.
yeah. But like other fun.
Baseball,
Oh wait, no man. Sorry, explain.
baseball isn't even has Ultimate Team. So they have everything that 2K and Madden have. To be honest with you.
But could you like create like more fun game modes in there? Like you got Superstar Knockout.
Yeah. I can't think of any other game modes to add in baseball, man.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think that could be a problem right there. Just kind of where you don't have a lot like you wait besides having those normal modes, which is just where you focus on like regular play. Like you don't have those fun, enjoyable, non-serious modes.
I yeah, no, I have to agree. I don't think you can really make a lot of game modes with baseball, man. I don't. It, yeah, no, I don't think you can.
So next question I have for you is: do you think these sports games that are solely American founded in like found in America, like Madden or Madden, which is football, or 2K basketball, need to be more diversified with the global population? Like the game needs to be like, how could you improve it for like like besides North America? How can you try to make the game popular worldwide? Or is it just going to be kind of hard because they rather worry about soccer? Well, we'll skip the 2K part because basketball's more worldwide. But how can you make like something like Madden do this, especially
I
with
mean,
yesterday's game?
I mean, mm,
It's interesting, but you think
I,
about it.
I think Madden's already kind of worldwide, man. It's just not as popular as it is in the U.S. Uh, I think it's worldwide like basketball. Basketball's, way more known. Uh, Pretty sure it's not the number one most watched sport, but it's up there. Um, I don't know, man. I think Madden's a pretty worldwide sport, man, or game, and I think football is a worldwide sport, especially now since we are playing in London now, New Mexico. shit like that. I think we'll just continue to expand.
Do you think like with those more and more games, like well besides the UK,
I
like
mean,
have more
what is
games
it?
in
Well,
different countries?
NFL
Well,
is
it's
talking
UK
about
and
adding
Mexico.
17 regular season games. Uh, so I feel like that gives more of a chance to play in different countries.
So you think kind of like that? Well, maybe trying to like if you can make it more diverse, maybe for both sport, like trying to include in not in like the most common countries that you feature a couple years, like try something new for one year, like maybe doing in Germany, which has been really grown with football players.
hmm
Do like
I mean, they
Germany
have their own German
brands.
league, and NFL has picked up quite a few people from that league, including the Patriots. Man, Patriots picked up a tight end from that German league.
Same thing as the Vikings a couple years ago with more and more it's whatever his name is
hmm
when he drafted him. Didn't
hmm
have too much of a success story, but you know,
No, but
it's one instance where I think it'll be a good place to kind of do it, if, especially maybe in a couple years or so, especially um this before kind of London has started its own like little scene with its like mad well with like its like NFL Academy over there. I think Germany can be another hotspot to find players, and they don't even like they just play for they have their own set up leagues already, and they're not even organized by NFL, so they know about the population. You know, it'll be a good place to kind of host the game. There's enough cities over there that
hmm
there's enough big cities over there you can try to find some. There's no big stadiums, so it shouldn't be a concern.
I
Um,
agree.
but again, it matters if NFL wants to be again NFL and 2K. I think it could be easy. You can do China a lot of times, a
Oh
very
yeah.
populated area. Um, but I don't think you have too many games in Europe. Because well maybe Spain and all that, but not too many like you're not gonna see too many games in, like London or France. They're not a lot of them are not really highly diversified in football. Oh, sorry, basketball.
hmm
But you know, try something new.
hmm
So next thing we'll talk about the viewership in 2K and FIFA on Twitch has been around the thousands mark without any esports coverage or a clear-cut top personality. I don't know if this again. I checked this out like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe on a Saturday. How come man has a hard time averaging high viewership sometimes?
Uh, think I said this earlier in a way. It's just repetitive, man. It's A X Y B or R B. It's the same thing. Um, it's just not a. It just depends on who's watching. I think that's what it comes down to. It depends on who's watching it. Shit like that. I think it really comes down to if they really like watching real football and if they like the game. Just really depends who the viewers are and shit like that.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna say the same thing. It's just kind of like there's no maybe you can see a couple good catches in there, but it's kind of or a competitive game, but you know it's just kind of people already expect what you should expect, and
hmm
that's kind of really the hard part about that.
I mean, if you watch competitive Madden, anyone that knows this knows they don't just straight up take deep shots down the field if they don't have to, like regular games would. They throw little pick routes, little stick routes, or shit like that. You know what I mean? Crosses, slants, throw the hard flats a lot, out routes, just small stuff. They don't really take deep shots, man. I think that's kind of boring for people that don't really understand the game. So that's why they don't do it. So,
Um, Next question I have for you is, um, what do you, why do you, what do you think of Madden actually being one of the few video games that actually attracts heavily to the older population. Not like the really hardcore fans, but like kind of like older age people, like attracting people in the 30s and 40s a lot more than like people in their like the teens and 20s. Um, that actually attract heavily to the older population. Why do you think that is, unlike 2K or FIFA?
I think Madden was the more popular game back then, and that's pretty much like all they played, man.
I think again, I think it's a sport that it's kind of more. This could be an interesting reason, but I think it's a lot more manly.
Yeah,
If it makes
I
any
agree.
sense, but
No, I agree. No,
I think
back
it's just
then
kind of a lot more
it
manly.
wasn't this type of flag football. If you get the ball, you're gonna get tackled like you're getting killed. Um, so I think that's what attracts them. To be honest with you.
Oh, nice. Sorry, I just scored a touchdown. Um, I Yeah, I think it just kind of goes like, yeah, it's a more manly sport, but I think like, especially watching on TV today, like and like maybe it's I don't know if it's become more manlier. Maybe
No, it hasn't.
I don't know
No,
if it plays too effect. No, it's not getting manlier.
no.
It's kind of like same like other sports. There's always big fights and all that, and
Hmm?
you know. But I think just because of the more violence, and kind of more strategy taken towards it, which not a lot less fuss, but like a little bit less. Let's throw this random play up. Let's try it. Let's just have fun. There's a lot more strategy and to want to get the touchdown because it's sometimes it's hard to get a touchdown unless you play on rookie mode. But
I mean,
that's it could be a reason why the population likes it. Like it's like it matters on who the person is and
yeah.
so next question. Could these sports video games actually help people who slash want to play the sports learn
In
at a
real
more
life,
effective pace? Yeah.
no, nope,
Why do you think that's
nope.
that?
I just say no. I don't think it could.
I think they want more, do you want like more visual learning? I don't. Well, there's kind of little visual learning, but it's kind of hard to learn at a fast like how fast the game goes.
Yeah. Uh,
I I'm gonna go with the opposite of you. I think there's a possibility,
okay.
but it matters on what game. It matters on. I think baseball doesn't really help too much.
Mhm.
Again, because that's reaction time of hitting a ball to like in real life is a lot. It's like a lot different than played MLB The Show. 2K, I don't know how you can follow the same strict jump shot that your player does in the game. That makes you seem automatic,
Hmm.
but
What is
that's
it?
not the case. Let me try to think of it. Um,
I
are
might
you
have
trying to think of
to.
something?
No, I'll stick with my answer. I think no.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to come up with something. Um, Hockey.
I
Again,
know nothing
NHL
about.
games are not really popular, but maybe hockey it could really help because of passing and like you have a lot more of a view. This is not a strategy. Just pass the puck and then just make sure you get in the net. So again, this maybe you can see how positioning works and how important positioning is with
I
like
don't really
NHL
think you can
games.
compare any games to real life sportsmen. Uh,
I'm just trying to see if there's any examples of that. like trying to come up with something. Um, but I'm gonna yeah. I don't know. It just matters on if you want to learn, but I don't. I think you just kind of need that more real life approach because it's too slow. Like it goes too fast paced with
Mm.
these sports games. Again, you can probably go to practice mode and see how it works, but again, you're not gonna learn like a full playbook, like understand the routes. You're not gonna improve your conditioning and all that, like how to run fast, your stride. Like you're not gonna improve every physical attribute by looking at it like being a sports game. But again, maybe they'll try to incorporate it in the future, but I'm not gonna highly think so.
Hmm.
Um, do you think? Oh wait. Do you think playing games like Madden or 2K will help you understand how the sport works and maybe get you some sort of career in respect to coaching?
No, you cannot bring Madden plays to real life. No, not at all.
But could it encourage people to kind of like pursue it? Like if like well, I'm not gonna think they're gonna actually try to do it because I
I
think
mean,
the
anything can
playbook
pursue you to be a
for
coach, man. Just, but
I'm just kind of curious with that one.
I mean, that's kind of like a rhetorical question if you think about it. Uh,
Okay.
I don't know. Just
I think it's just again maybe if you have like a lot more experience or like if you're pro Madden like maybe if you're like a competitive Madden player. I wouldn't see it in basketball like 2K.
hmm
I don't think it will really work that well, but maybe in the game, like maybe football, you can it's a lot easier to recut. Like maybe if you like a second, like let's say defense side, like you can read the second, like look at your secondary from above, see how secondary reads and all that, seeing if that will work. Like seeing if you can come up with plans on that.
hmm
But again, it's gonna be hard.
what is it?
Oh,
No, good, good.
oh no, sorry, I'm not coming to point. I don't. I'll let you talk.
What is it? I have to go eat. Um, I hate to cut this short.
Actually, I have
Uh,
two more questions for you. Then
okay,
we'll
yeah,
end it.
good. Yeah, good.
Um, so do you think there is somewhat of a gambling system with the Man Ultimate Team slash My Team and 2K
Oh
and
yeah.
FIFA?
Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. Yep. 100%. You this may sound a little weird to you, but once you put money into that game, you're already gambling. Uh, you know what I mean? You know what I mean by that? Like you're putting money into a game, buying players. You're kind of already gambling that because that goes back to what I'd said previously. You could be the uh, I'm not. I guess I'll say it, the like shittiest player. You could buy players and you could be the best, or you could just continue to be not knowing what to do. So you're kind of gambling with your money right there. Uh,
Do you Could it be a concern for companies like EA
no,
or
no,
like the
that that
2K
that's
to
that's
kind of
that's
worry
none of their
about that a little
concern.
bit more?
That's none of their
Yeah,
concern.
then
If they're making money off it and it's not physically harming someone, that's out of their hands and that's none of their business. Uh, like I said, as long as they're making money, they're happy.
and so that's gonna kind of be talking about let's get someone like with sports game. Kind of talk about all sports games. A lot of them are kind of repetitive. I just noticed that. So close type of question is, what do you think of the Madden curse
But I think the
overall, like
Madden
with
curse.
and also the complaints from NFL players with the Madden rating system and its adjusters?
Uh, Madden curse, man. Uh, you don't want to believe it, but at the same time, it kind of just it's so true. You know what I mean? Like every time someone's on a cover, something goes wrong. AB went from probably the best receiver in the league to the biggest clown in the league. Brady what is it? Lost the Super Bowl that year. Gronk got injured. Who was before Gronk? Odell. Odell got injured. Uh, who was before Odell? Sherman got
Payne. Oh,
injured.
you want to go with Payne Hillis?
Uh, Peyton Willis. That dude just
No,
straight up.
Hillis. The. Oh yeah, he sucked.
Uh, he just disappeared. He had that great year, then all of a sudden just fucking vanished. Sucked. But to answer the second part of the question, the players complaining about their rating, if that's what you had asked. Um, Tough shit. Should have done better. The season before the game was made. Kind of what they judge it off of.
So you can't really blame the guy, like whatever Madden does over there.
And don't get me wrong, EA does fuck up ratings. Every sport game does. We all know this. But in my personal opinion, I do think they try to make it as realistic as they can. But yeah, it's really, yeah, they really just base it off the season. To be honest with you.
What? So actually, I'll ask you one more thing. From
Mm-hmm.
what players you think will earn a 99 this season? Like
Say again?
just from this season alone, if they were who earned that 99 club.
If I had to pick 4 players or just one person?
We'll go with what the amount this year was 4. We'll go
All
with
right,
4.
so okay. Michael Thomas, Christian McCaffrey, Russell Wilson, and you can say this because I'm argue this because I'm a Patriots fan, but Devin McCourty, man, I hate to say it, that dude's playing out of his mind.
I'm shocked you're not going with Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, man, like
You think it's just because of the easy schedule a lot of time, like this?
I'm not saying they have an easy schedule, man. Because if you think about it, they do
Okay,
and they
I'm
don't.
shocked you're not going with him.
Um,
Why is that?
he's definitely an MVP favorite. But if you look at him, it's he just does the same
He's not
shit.
complete
Like
yet.
he just does the same shit. He doesn't do anything different besides read option plays. If I could see him pass the ball more, maybe I'd say 99. But I just can't, man.
So he's just kind of not a developed like he's
I,
playing like a quarterback,
think
but he's not playing Hall of Fame level yet. Like playing like a true normal quarterback.
I can't
Like
even
true
I can't talk about him if even in the Hall of Fame or elite category, man. That's no. I think he's still learning the system, or not. I just think he's got a lot to learn. Did he beat the Patriots? Yeah, and he did a really good job doing it. He picked us apart. I'm not going to sit here and say excuses. He destroyed us, and that's really good on his part. He showed people he can do what a lot of people couldn't do. Does he have the chance to be elite? Yeah, but now, no. I think this is still his building and learning progress. Because what people fail to realize is the NFL is an adaptable league. Like, let's look at Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. They destroyed the league their rookie years. They haven't done much since, right? Let's look at Patrick Mahomes. He's not able to do all that fancy, no-look shit. You know what I mean? People adapted to him. Does he still do it here and there? Yeah, but he doesn't do it as much. Who else? Okay. Yeah, those three really stand out to me, man. They haven't done much. Their second year. Well, technically this is their third year, but
What more do you have to see from Lamar Jackson? Like, does he have to win a Super Bowl? Does he have to win, like, does he have to still have, like, 300,
he's
400 yards?
gotta. What is it? He did really well last year. I think he could have had a really good record last year if he started. But playoffs are different than regular season. Different teams. Yeah, it's like the same teams, you know what I mean? But it's different teams playoffs. I don't think he's playoff ready. I don't. I don't think he's playoff ready. Because say he was to play the Chargers last year in regular season, I think he would have destroyed them, 100%. But the Chargers are playoff ready. The Ravens were not. I just
So,
don't see him being playoff ready.
um, so what happens if he shows up this year? Like they make it to Super Bowl, they win the Super Bowl. He's the MVP. Like he wins Super Bowl MVP, or
Oh,
he has those
yeah.
consistent.
If he won the Super Bowl this year, he definitely proves himself to be ready, and he definitely moves himself to that 99 club, 100%.
That's the only way.
I think so. But that's also my opinion, man. That's also my opinion.
I'm gonna go with the same three you had before Lamar Jackson. Before you Devin McCourty pick. I just I switched Devin McCourty with Lamar Jackson. I think yeah, Devin McCourty has those interceptions. He's like he's in his 30s, and he's playing really good in the secondary of the Patriots. So it could be interesting to see him, but I don't know. I think it could work if he maybe see it if he does that every like he has that same performance where he's tackling like he's effectively reading the ball, tackling, getting more and more receptions. Yeah, that could be a chance at a 99, which is hard for
But the
a
season
lot of
also
times.
isn't over.
Yeah, we still got a couple weeks left. So that's gonna be on the show. Thank you for joining on short notice, or
Anytime, man.
joining me and messaging me.
Yeah.
Do you want to give any shout outs before we end the show? And you go enjoy your dinner.
I could shout out my Mixer. It's literally just mixer.com / my gamer tag, which is ambrohz, AMBROHZ, and my Instagram is my gamer tag. My Twitter is my gamer tag. Yeah, that's really about it, man. Other than that, no. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you so much, and have a good night then. That's
Anytime,
gonna be on the
you
show,
too.
guys. Bye.